Before you get your big breakthrough, you are going to go through the coding phase. What is the coding phase? The coding phase is where everything starts to break down internally. A lot of signs will show up that you're not manifesting what you want. You will see contrary signs. You say, wait a minute, I'm doing so good, but now I'm doing so bad. It's called the coding. Some people call it incubation, gestation, but it's not the void now. It's just a phase. So right before you hit that big jackpot manifestation, whatever it is, I'm going to reveal to you the biggest sign that it's there and it's coming. And this doesn't get talked about. Probably not at all. Maybe this is the first time you'll hear this today. So we all know the multiverse, when it's going to bring success into your life, you will always see signs. Signs will come in as coherence or incoherence. You'll get the good, the bad, and the ugly. But if you don't know what to look for or what to watch and what to notice, then you will get dismayed. You will get demotivated, right? So here's the most powerful sign that you are about to hit and manifest that breakthrough. And it comes from the ego. So here it is. When you start to feel so much more impatient, that means your manifestation is getting ready to pop into physical reality. Impatience. If you're in a state where everything is just feeling impatient, like, man, I'm just impatient. You can't be patient. You're struggling to be patient. Things are getting ready to happen. But here's the paradox. When you're in the impatient phase, this is where you have to exercise patience. Now, you're still going to get what you want. All the field is saying is, I have prepared this. It's now ready to transmute from the higher dimension and transform into a three-dimensional reality. That's what it's saying. Remember what I taught you guys. I said before a manifestation comes in, who is the first person to know you're about to have a big change? Who? The body, the nervous system, the field, the ego. Ego is very in tune with the body, with the central part of the nervous system. So the ego is the first guy that will know, hey, I don't like this. Something's about to change and I'm going to lose control. That's all it sees. Then it hits you with impatience. The impatience is designed to distract you and to create more resistance so you can delay the inevitable. It's still going to come, but your impatience just wants you to delay it. A couple days, a couple weeks, a couple months. So if you notice that you're impatient, stop being impatient. Adjust it. Because that's the sign that your ego says, oh no, this guy, this girl is about to win big. Oh no, this guy, this girl is about to make more money. Oh no, this guy, this girl is about to move away and get a bigger house and a newer car. I can't, oh no, I'm going to be forgotten. They won't focus on me too much anymore. I can't control this. This is unpredictable. This is uncertain. So if you're impatient, if you feel impatient, now you know that your ego is struggling. Good. Got it? Now, let's talk about the coding part. So now you know that when you feel impatient, it means your manifestation is very close at hand. Now, I call it coding. So coding now is when you're in the impatient phase, all types of things start happening internally. It's not external stuff now. This is an internal battle you're going to face. This is the time when you're closest to your manifestation, you will get the most doubts. Isn't that crazy? You've been positive, optimistic, but all of a sudden, things shift. You wake up one morning and you just start doubting, and you never doubted before. You start saying to yourself, man, this is not like me. because it's not like you. It's not you. Here's what's happening on the internal part. Anytime when something new is about to come into your reality, a manifestation, right? What happens is the body and the nervous system have to adjust, have to prepare itself to experience your new life. I don't know if you know that, but whenever you're manifesting anything at all, your identity have to change to live the life of that thing that you're manifesting internally. So what you're experiencing is the adjustment phase, and this is where you get kickback or feedback of these doubts. So these doubts are just a part of the process. They are your consciousness adjusting to the new reality you are about to embark on or experience. See how that works? Does that make sense? Okay. Now, why is this? Well, the reason is, remember, everything is a self-correcting code. Everything must harmonize. So think about it this way. I'll put it to you this way. One day you get up and you said you are going to become a 5-mile runner. Just got up one day and decided, you know what, I'm going to take a new hobby. I'm just going to become a marathon runner. What happens? Your body have to change to become a marathon runner. You're going to get more lean. You got to get more oxygen. So your body does a physical metamorphosis change. See how that works, right? You start working out, you start eating properly, you start doing breath exercise, and then after about 4 months, your body transforms. It's the same thing when you manifest anything. So especially now, if you're manifesting a lottery or money or success or anything of that sort, yeah, your body have to change as well. Your internal map have to change. So what you'll notice is you'll start to see things more optimistic. You'll start to see things as more infinite. You'll notice that you'll start to become what you want before you get what you want. Your mindset will have to change. And this is what you will experience, and it'll come in as doubt, and the most powerful one is the impatience one. You know, I remember about 3 months before I won the lottery, right? The last 3 months before my jackpot win, I was the most impatient in my entire life. I've never experienced anything. I was doing good for 9 months, all good. Within the last 3 months, haywire. I don't know where that was coming from. I was getting these crazy doubts. I was just feeling impatient, and it was not like me at all, because I've done the work for 9 months. I mean, I didn't know when I was going to win. I know I was going to win. I just didn't know when it was going to happen. But now I know what happened then was those 3 months I was in my coding phase, and that's when I got most impatient, man. And I was trying to control the impatience, but I just couldn't grasp it. And then I learned and I adjusted, and I said, you know what, I can't control this thing, so let me just see it at the end. And that kind of helped me. And a lot of you are going through that right now, and will be going through that down the line. And that is great news for you, because it says that the work you put in is about to pay off. So you are about to reap your success. Got that one? All right. Here's the next one that most people don't realize this. You are always moving towards what you want. You're never moving away from what you want. Let that one, let that one sink in. I'm going to repeat it again, because this may fly over your head. Okay, let me make it simple for you. Everybody wants or desires something in life, right? You get up one day, you say, I'm going to be a race car driver, I'm going to win the lottery, I'm going to be an athlete, I'm going to be a singer, I'm going to be a musician, I'm going to be a millionaire, I'm going to be an architect, Everybody has something they want to achieve. From that moment, that desire is born inside of you. You are automatically being placed in the frequency to achieve it. How many people knew that? Even if you're not studying spirituality, manifesting, it's an inherent, everyone have it. Someone on the street, you say, hey man, An NPC, they have it too. Everyone has desires. From the minute they have it, the field is automatically placing them in alignment to receive it, so that they're on the same road to get it. So what happens along the way, why they do not get it? Here's what happens. It's a product of their own doing. Let me make it more clearer. It's a product of their own unconscious doing. People just don't get up and just say, I don't want this anymore. People just don't get up and do things to hurt themselves from not manifesting it. They do it unconsciously. Okay? So let's break that down. Oops. All right, then I'm back on. Here's what happens. On that frequency to get what you want, all right? You are hijacked by the matrix through the vehicle that brings you that, gets you that desire, gets your desire to come. It's your subconscious mind. So your negative thought, the negative thinking, the limiting beliefs that the matrix placed on you, they temporarily interrupt your frequency. So all you have to do is what does Mark always say to do to get what you want? What's the number one easiest way to manifest anything in your life for a beginner, for expert level, that'll put you on the trajectory to get what you want? I say persist. Yes, that's what I always use it. But write this down, so anytime you watch my teachings or anything, remember this motto, and it will free you, and you will always get what you want. All I can guarantee you. Expected, yes, this is bigger than expected. That's all. Those are good. Affirmations, yes, but this is the mindset. This is the number one mindset that will make you manifest faster, a beginner. And Mark always brings receipts. You're visualizing. So I'm going to bring you the receipt with this one through science, through quantum physics, of all sources. The number one thing you must do at all times, you must always focus on what you want. Only entertain what you want. If it's not what you want, you do not entertain it. What does entertain means? Entertain means it's a 70%. You have 30% mistakes. So you get 30% to make negative thoughts, but you must have 70% of every day thinking about the life you want as if it's done. Thinking about you already having what you want. Thinking about what it would look like to have it. What would it feel like to have it? How different would your life be having whatever it is? That's called focusing on what you want. 70% of the day you have to do that. You get 30% to mess up. So you can allow negative thoughts 30%. You got to have 70-30. Now let me show you in quantum science how this operates, so you can see. I always bring the receipts. So just to show you that this is not a bunch of philosophy. This is not some positive talk, make you motivated, anything. This is based on science. And here it is. The brain is our receiver that tunes information into a physical reality. The information that comes into physical reality that's smaller than the atomic particles are called qubits. That's the smallest of information. That's what atoms are made of. They're made of qubits. They are theoretical mathematical equations. You can't see qubit. We haven't invented an electron microscope to see qubits yet, but we know they're there by the way they behave and how the particles interact. So we know that they are smaller than a particle. It's an information. It's similar to the pixels that make your phone put pictures on there. So your brain and your emotions and your thoughts, okay, turn into qubits. Now these qubits exist in a superposition state. A superposition state basically means, in simplistic terms, it means everything exists all at once. Everything you want, desire is right there, working out, taking place right now. So if I am focusing on only what I want, my qubits of information is going to a field where it's already happening. Now here comes the law of resonance, or electromagnetism. Since your body and my body are electromagnetic waves or beings of water and electricity. We produce electricity. Your brain produces electromagnetic, your heart produces. So there is an attractor factor at play. So since I'm a magnet now, making it simple in science for you, since I'm a magnet, and since my thoughts are following a frequency, and the thing that makes these frequencies come into my reality is the repetition by my subconscious. When something is on a repetition pattern, the subconscious takes notice of that and makes it even more stronger towards you. So now if Mark is sitting around and Mark is doing 70% of the day, despite what's happening in Mark's life, Mark's having bad in luck, whatever's going on, Mark still finds time to daydream and get delusional about what he wants 70% of the time. Mark takes the 30% and messes up. That's fine, because he always going to entertain some doubt. But he never makes sure, he never goes over, he never takes 30 and go to 40. He always stays 70. So what Mark does, Mark said, damn, today's a messed up day. I don't think I could hit 70. I need some help. So Mark watches a video. Mark watches something that motivates him. Mark look at pictures or something that makes him, something that inspires him. A picture of a winning ticket, whatever. A picture of something he manifests. Mark just looks at things, and that makes up his 70%. So what Mark is actually doing, Mark understands universal law. So what Mark says is, our subliminals or my subliminal, Mark says, all right, I got to maintain my 70%, because now the field will react and say, okay, the line is open. So now the line is open. Those qubits now starts to get relayed to Mark's brain, because Mark's brain is a receiver. Mark's brain takes the qubits in, converts the qubits back into particles through electrochemical. First, they go into Mark's visionary cortex in eyes, his retinas. They transfer into his visionary cortex in his brain. The visionary cortex now transmits these images and feelings, and the subconscious now takes over and then takes Mark's physical three-dimensional reality and start to superimpose it into his new reality. By the way, all of this happens in real time. It happens all the time. Sometimes it happens so fast you're not aware of it. Sometimes it happens gradual, and before you know it, you're in it. So when Mark does that, one day Mark gets up and his life changes. He wins the lottery, he buys his car, he gets more whatever. That's the receipts, my friends. So I just gave you the receipts of how, when you focus only on what you want, it starts to come in. Yes, and then Mark helped thousands to do the same thing. Thank you, Allison. That's correct. And then you will help other thousands to do the same thing. And you continue and continue, and you build up a collective consciousness, and then everybody gets what they call a positive outcome, and everyone receives what's called reciprocity. So when you help someone, the field helps you back, helps you back, and we all become one big helper, and that's why it's so successful. Now do you see how it works? So all you got to do is practice that, man. Just get, and for you to get into that state, you're gonna have to be delusional, man. So if you can't get into a delusional state, it's not gonna work for you. So you're gonna have to overcome your very analytical and logical mind. You got to get back to the childlike state when you were a kid. Everyone can be delusional, because when you were a kid, it was easy to become delusional. You can go back again. When you become delulu or delusional, it opens the field. That's what they don't tell you. The reason it's so difficult to become delusional is because you have a filter, which is called the RAS, the reticular activating system. That filter has already been programmed to see reality a certain way. So when you start to become delusional, you become incoherent with the filter. The filter says, wait a minute, this is not how it goes, man. You're going way off the deep end, bro. Come back. That trips the ego to now use logic, analytical, to shoot your delusional state down. Here's how it works. That cannot happen because, number one, you're not qualified. There's not enough resources for that. You haven't even played the lottery yet. You don't know how to do this. How are you going to run a business? You have no business teaching. You haven't gone to college for business courses. How are you going to become a successful artist? You don't have the right connections. You don't have the right people. That is the filter at work. And that's So most people attempt to become delusional and they get shot down. They don't realize that it's a filter. It's designed to stop you. Here's another thing that most people do not realize. I would say 80% or 90% of people don't realize, right? That when you enter a delusional state, it actually trains your brain to become more smart, to become more creative. They don't even know that. I mean, neuroscience now shows that. I bring the receipts for that as well. I'm not going to have time to talk about that one, but this is the beauty of the internet. You can go research that for yourself and just type in delusional state helps the brain more achieve more success. Just type that in and you'll see all the science behind that. Anyways, so what happens now is they don't realize that when you become delusional, not only are you helping your mind to see outcomes and creativity, but you're also opening your reticular activated system to pinpoint a reality where your delusional state is a real thing happening in real time. If you don't know this, let me point you onto something very fascinating and perplexing at the same time. According to quantum mechanics, there are exact copies of you and me living in exact copy worlds. Some of our copies look exactly like us. Some of our copies don't look exactly like us. Some of our copies have feet, they could walk. Some of our copies are floating, because in each of these multiverse or universe, the laws of physics are quite different. On the 3D world, we can walk, gravity pulls us down. In one of your copies, you didn't evolve with a foot, you evolved with something else, a floating thing, whatever, a fin, whatever. In some copies, you don't have 5 fingers, you have 7. In some copies, you don't have ears. Some copies, your nose is intruded. Some copies, the same look at you. You can go on. Whatever you can imagine, my friends, my tribe, it is playing out somewhere in the multiverse. That's according to quantum physics. So that's not me saying this. Go take it up with the physicists and the mathematics, okay? If your brain can't comprehend that, tough luck. It's the truth. It's how it operates, all right? So now, since these copies exist, every delusional state that you can fathom is actually playing out in real time in the field. The information is there to transfer it and duplicate it to this field where you live at. Yes, Laura, in some realities you have hot dog fingers. That is correct. As trippy, as ridiculous as that sound, it's the truth. Truth is stranger than fiction. Remember that. Anything you can think of, a version is playing out right now. And here's the scariest part of all this. That's what you can think of. How about what you cannot think of? How about what you cannot imagine right now? How about the unimaginable that hasn't even hit your consciousness yet? Makes you sit back and makes you sit back and say, damn, I am so small. This is trippy. All right. Anyways, to master manifestation, if you want to learn more, get deeper understanding and change your life, then you know where to find Mark School, where you learn, you apply. Right now we're doing our higher self course where you can channel your higher self, like Esther channels Abraham Hicks, Bashar, Dar Anchor channels Bashar. The course in my school platform teach you exactly how to do that, where you can become your own informational chat GPT. You have your own chat GPT in your consciousness. Your higher self comes down and gives you information, intuition. It puts you in the right store to win a lottery, puts you in the right place to make the right call to get that business deal, to make the trading chart for you, get your crypto, get your stock trading, all that money start going up, all of that. It comes through that. So that's what we're doing in school. We're on day 15 of 21 days, so you can always come in. Those courses are there. If you're new, start from day 1. After we wrap that up, we're going into the next revolutionary course with 15 days, which will teach you to become a money magnet. So would you like to get more money, manifest more lottery and all that stuff? Then this course is coming up. It's 15 days. It's designed to make your subconscious a money magnet. By the way, all of my courses, everything is based on the latest study and research of proven in neuroscience, quantum science, psychology, epigenetics, all of that. So all the courses are designed to implement real results. based on science. So it's spirituality merged with science. Got that? So you're guaranteed success. That course starts as soon as we finish our higher self course. It's the next 1 to 2 weeks that course will run. So now's the time to join to change your life. All right, what else? Yes, knowledge without implementation is futile. Knowledge with implementation, you know, guys, takes you to the stars and beyond. So look, in closing, here's the message of this lecture, and this is what I really want you to understand, okay? Is that you always have what you want. You just don't know to tune into it. That's what this is all about. All right? Happy manifesting, and I'll see you in school.